Migrant children drugged with pills and injected at a residential treatment center south of Houston.
Yeah, those are the allegations being made against the Shiloh Treatment Center in a new lawsuit.
Our David Gonzalez joins us live from Manville with the story. David?
Hey, yeah, Len and Reka, that shelter is actually ran by the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and I did reach out to them earlier today to try to get comment on the allegations made in this lawsuit, but they have not gotten back in time to talk to me. But those allegations are about the shelter that you see behind me. It is the Shiloh Residential Treatment Center. I'm going to step aside to show you. So right now, actually, it's pretty quiet out here, but when you talk about the allegations that have been taking place regarding the center, they're very serious. According to the Texas Department of Health and Human Services, Shiloh is licensed to serve kids ages 3 to 17 and has a capacity for 44 kids. The center has been cited 8 times for deficiencies in the last 3 years, 5 of which were rated as high. They included child being able to get into medication and go to a restroom with it, and children were inadequately supervised due to staff members being distracted on their cell phones. One child from Mexico describes arriving in the U.S. in 2014, bouncing around to 6 shelters. At Shiloh, the child describes taking 9 pills in the morning and 7 pills at night. The child says he didn't know what the medication was for. The child says staff at Shiloh would provoke children, which would make them mad. That's when staff would allegedly give them injections. The child described one instance when medical staff was called in to give him a shot to tranquilize him. According to the affidavit, the child felt sleepy and heavy and would sleep up to 4 hours before waking up. In the affidavit, the child also recounts physical abuse at Shiloh. The child said they wanted to stop taking the medication, but doctors said it would calm them down. And the child in that case was eventually transferred out to another shelter out in Chicago. And when it comes to actually the future of the center, we just got off the phone not too long ago with Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and she says that she actually wants a full review of the Office of Refugee Resettlement as to the shelter to see if any more funding will be provided, because she says that she wants no more contracts awarded to the shelter in the near future. Reka, back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you.